Okay, we're going to read Iggy Peck Architect. Iggy Peck Architect by Andrea Beatty and illustrated by David Roberts. Iggy Peck Architect. Iggy Peck Architect. Iggy Peck Architect. Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2. So an architect is someone who builds, who draws sketches of a building so that it could get built. So young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been one since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. So when he was 2 years old, Iggy built a tower with just diapers and glue. Good gracious, Ignatius, his mother exclaimed. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But her smile faded fast as a light wind blew past and she realized those diapers weren't clean. Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty, it stinks. So look, when he was 2, Iggy was an architect because he built this big tower when he was just 2 years old with diapers and glue.
Yeah, I did that.
Yep, when he was just 2 years old, he created this big tower.
That's not good.
And then his mother she was so shocked because that's a big tower for a 2-year-old to make a big tower like this. That's a really amazing thing. But then his mom realized that these diapers were dirty. Let's see. But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn using dirt clods to build a great sphinx. So look, then Iggy went to the lawn. He went outside his house to the front of his house. And look, he got dirt and built this big, giant statue made out of dirt. He built it all out of dirt. Yeah, look. He made it all out of dirt. And he was only 2 years old. Look how big this tower is. This big sculpture is. That's so big. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels from peaches and apples and temples from modeling clay. So look, so Iggy is now 3 years old. So now he's a year older. Yeah, so now Iggy is 3 years old and he's building churches and chapels from peaches and apples. From peaches, he's making churches and chapels, and he's using to create his structures peaches and apples. He's using peaches and apples. He's to make churches, and look, and then he's also using clay. And look how big his towers are. He's using apples and peaches to create his sculptures and his buildings.
What? I can make that when I'm 3.
there one night, to his father's delight. Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye, and out on the porch built the St. Louis Ark from pancakes and coconut pie. So look, Iggy got all these pancakes. Look. Yep, those are pancakes. His dad is clapping. I don't know. So look now. So now Iggy, he was sitting and he took pancakes. Look at all these pancakes that he took, and he built this big ark. Look, he created it using pancakes. Yes, it does. If I flip up to that, it does. It looks like a U. Yes, it does look like a U. Yes, but he made it out of pancakes. Dear Egg had it made until second grade, when his teacher was Miss Lilla Greer. On the very first day, she had this to say: "We do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romance, I couldn't care less about buildings ancient or new." She said in her lecture about architecture that it had no place in grade 2. So now Iggy is in second grade. And his teacher is telling the class that she does not want to talk about buildings or anything that has to do with architecture, creating things. So look, so the teacher is throwing out all the books about architecture and building. And she said in her class, Iggy should not be building any buildings or talking about architecture. So look, she's throwing out all the books about different types of architecture, about different types of buildings. Old, new.
Why?
Because she doesn't want Iggy to be building. She just doesn't like it. I don't think she's being very nice. Iggy's right here. He's in the corner and he's building something. That might seem severe, but she was sincere. For when she was no more than 7, she had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architect's tour of the 95th floor, young Lila got lost from the group. So now it's telling us the story of, so this is Iggy's teacher. So now it's telling us why his teacher does not like to talk about buildings. It's telling us when Iggy's teacher was... Yeah. Yeah. So when Iggy's teacher was little, she went on a trip with her school. And she went up to a very tall building. She was up on the 96th. She was up on a tall for the 95th floor. Wow. And while she was on the 95th floor, she got lost from the group and she was all by herself. So I can imagine that she was scared, that Lila was scared to be on the 95th floor and all by herself.
What about that higher?
Yeah, these are all tall buildings. She was on the 95th floor all alone.
What about that one that goes to the sky?
Yeah, they're all tall skyscrapers, because They're so tall, as if they scrape the sky. Okay. She was found 2 days later in a stuck elevator, eating cheese with a French circus troupe. After that day, it's quite safe to say she thought all buildings lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that above all, went out to avoid them. No ifs, ands, or buts. So she went on a school trip with her class and she got lost. Remember, she got lost. And she was on the 95th floor and she got lost from her group. So they found her 2 days later, stuck in an elevator, eating cheese with a French circus group. So they found her 2 days later, stuck in an elevator. So since then, she got so scared that she never wanted to talk about buildings. Because look, she was so scared. They found her 2 days later. So that's why Iggy's teacher does not want to talk about buildings because she had a scary experience when she was little.
Oh, that's why you still want her to.
That's
Why
why.
are we wearing a yellow dress?
Yeah, she's wearing a yellow dress. As you might guess, it would cause Iggy stress to hear such terrible talk. But he didn't hear. He sat in the rear while building a castle of chalk. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down the castle right now. You will not build it here. It's perfectly clear. Do you want to see Principal how? So look, so Iggy was in class and he was building a castle out of chalk. And his teacher is saying that, Iggy, I don't want you building a castle out of chalk. I want you to destroy your castle now, or you could go to see the principal. So look, Iggy is making a big castle. Look at all the chalk he's using. Look at all the chalk he's using. Look, the teacher did. Yeah, look.
If Iggy tells the principal that he made a castle, the principal was just gonna knock Iggy
Yeah.
out.
So look, the teacher said, I don't want you making a castle. So let's see. No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now second grade was a bore. So look, he's so sad he can't make buildings. Look how sad Iggy is now. Iggy is so sit, I'm showing. Oh, look, Iggy is so sad because the teacher told him he can no longer build buildings. Look how sad Iggy is now. After 12 long days that passed in a haze of reading, writing, and arithmetic, Miss Greer took the class to Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. So look, now the teacher's taking the class on a picnic. Look, so everyone's getting ready to go to the picnic. Iggy is going too. Iggy is joining with them. They're all going on a trip. They're all going on a class trip. Iggy is right here at the end. Maybe because he's sad and that's why he just wants to be all alone and be in the end.
Yeah, for me, why can we not go in the front? Because we do like it. Well, maybe what if he could just help out? No, because the teacher's there.
Let's see. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream, but they no sooner passed than a footbridge collapsed, and Miss Leela Green started to scream. "We're trapped here, oh my, alas kids, goodbye." Her eyeballs rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a big growing sound. Luckily, fainted. Not dead. So look, so now they were at the trip. So look, they were at the trip, and
They were at the what?
so look, they were at the trip, and look, the little bridge collapsed. The little bridge collapsed. Look, it collapsed, it fell, it broke apart, look. So this part is no longer attached to this part, look. This part and this part are no longer attached.
What if they should just make a new bridge?
Yeah, and look.
Why the teachers here all lonely?
Yeah, no, because the bridge collapsed. The teacher got all very scared. So the bridge is collapsed. Yeah, this is Iggy, and his classmates are here. And his classmates are here. So look, now the teacher and the classmates cannot get from this side to the other. So look, they can't go over to the other side. Because, yeah, because the bridge collapsed. Maybe Iggy can help. Yeah, you're right. Maybe Iggy can help.
Maybe they can jump over it.
Maybe they could jump over it.
What if they can go all the way to the shop end and then run, and they go shoo, jump to the other side? Yeah, I know. Maybe they can swim.
The class was amazed. They stood there quite dazed, uncertain of what they should do. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan, which started with Miss Lila's shoe. Soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. So look, everyone is working together. Everyone is working together. Look, everyone. So look, everyone is working together. All of Iggy's classmates are working together.
You mean egg?
Yeah, they're all Iggy and his classmates are all working together. Yeah, they're all working together.
Eggy class is like.
And when she came to Miss Lila Greer knew that something quite brave had been done. She looked in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces. And on the far side, beaming with pride, were 17 smiling young faces. Boots, tree roots and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which one should not mention, were stretched, ridge to ridge, in a glorious bridge, dangling from shoestring suspension. So look, Iggy and his classmates created a bridge. He created a bridge. So now, this side and this side are connected by a bridge. So now the teacher could get from this side, cross the bridge, and get to the other side where the kids are. So they created a bridge using strings and shoes and all different types of material. to create the bridge. Look, the bridge. And now the kids could go from this side. The teacher could go to that side. Yeah. So now they could create. They created a bridge. It all became clear to Miss Leela Greer as she crossed the bridge over the stream. There are all worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend time building a dream. So look, now the teacher is crossing the bridge, and look how happy she is. Look, the teacher is crossing the bridge. Yeah, she's crossing the bridge that the students created. Now every week at Blue River Creek Elementary in 2nd grade, all the school kids can hear along Miss Greer how the world's greatest buildings were made. The weekly guest speaker in t-shirt and sneakers talks of buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, he's the guy who builds towers from Pi, the brilliant young man Iggy Peck. So now in class, the teacher lets Iggy build different structures. So now the teacher allows Iggy to build buildings because now Iggy built a bridge and helped the classmates get from one side of the mountain to the other, the one side of the little hill to the other hill. When the bridge broke, so now the teacher is very happy that Iggy likes to build things, because if they really need another bridge to be built, Iggy can help them. So now Iggy is building so many big towers. Before the teacher didn't let Iggy build, but now the teacher is so happy that Iggy knows how to build, and she's letting him build. The end.